Cool. Welcome back, everybody, on Retrothon. I'm here with one more game for all of you to finish up my set of submissions here. This is a game that had its initial history. So it was first released on the Amiga and the DOS in 1993, before it got somehow ported over to the Super Nintendo in '96. This is a game called Oscar. It's this rodents, this mascot, in this mascot platformer, we're collecting Oscars. That's the basic idea, really. And let me tell you, after this run, you'll feel very, very grateful, and you'll soon enough see why. So, yeah, first off, we're gonna be checking the difficulty. I'm just playing this on normal. There's a couple of differences if you're playing on other difficulties like easy or hard. Mostly the amount of lives that you have, and the enemy HP also changes a little bit, but normal should be good otherwise. So yeah, hope you're all ready. Let's do this thing here. 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, why would you feel grateful? I hear you wonder, and what is this all about? Well, I'm gonna let the game introduce itself, really.
Thanks, everybody.
So it's basically this for like a little under 20 minutes if all goes well.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
We're collecting these Oscars. Every single time we pick up an Oscar, we're getting a little bit of thanks, you know? So...
Thanks, everybody.
And we're starting off in the prehistoric levels. That right there was probably the toughest jump in the game, because you have to do like a really tight jump there. You know, it's not bonk on anything and fall in the pit there. So you have to collect a certain amount of them to make progress to the next stage. And there's a... We're in the swimming stages right here. Let's just pick this one up as well, shall we? So there's a couple of things to help us along the way. So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna be picking up this item here. And turns out this is a yo-yo, and this is gonna be a very, very handy, valuable thing here, because you can use that to attack enemies with. We can also diagonally attack, so it's gonna be super helpful. You can only have one item per one item at a time, so if you accidentally wind up picking up something else, then that's too bad, really. Then you'll have to make sure to get that yo-yo back if you actually need to use it for like breaking walls or something. Speaking of which, there's one right here. For this last part, we're just gonna go underwater here, grabbing these last few.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
And yeah, as you may have already heard, the sound design is special. For some reason, they made everything like super loud compared to everything else in the game. And a lot of stuff you're hearing, as far as you're able to tell what it says, it's all like movie terminology. So you have Rollum in the beginning, and in the end, it sounds like there's this director who's kind of burping. He's basically saying the words "and cut." That's all, really. It's just that you can actually... it's more audible on the other versions of the game. Just here, somehow, it received a very bizarre translation of sorts. So, well, or, yeah, it translated over in a very specific way.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, that was a bit tight. There's some hitbox jank there as well. But we're on our way. We're... heading over to the top. We've got these, so this elephant here that you tend to hear very loudly from time to time, those are the checkpoints. So certainly a thing that you may want to have.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
There we go. Into the top right corner here. Oh, but I totally missed that jump. Damn. I was hoping that I would make it on there, but the game decided otherwise. So we need this yo-yo once again to break this wall here. And get a couple more of these guys to collect, and then we're good to go. Mind the sharks, and cut. But we did Star Tropics already earlier in the marathon. There's also more Star Tropics, didn't you know? Wouldn't you love more of the thing that you love? I mean, this is not quite Star Tropics, but you know, it's got a yo-yo, so close enough, right? Alright, so we're on to the next few stages here. These are the horror stages, where things get a little bit more spooky. I know it's not quite Halloween yet, but
Thanks, everybody.
it sets a mood a little bit, I guess.
Thanks, everybody.
Spooky Ghost here trying to really hard for me to not get that specific Oscar, but we were able to get past it just fine.
Thanks, everybody.
Gonna go to this gap here.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
How about a nice little swim? So this this conversion has 4 levels in total. The other versions of the game somehow had 7. So for some reason they didn't quite carry over all of the levels, which is interesting. But the funny thing is, what is there is actually very faithfully adapted, because I was playing the DOS version a while back, and as soon as I got to this level, I noticed that the item placement was exactly according to what I remembered. It was pretty much one-on-one, if I remember correctly. So that was interesting to see. Yeah, exactly. You can't have enough Star Tropics.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
There we go, just starting on the water. Oh, oops.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, picking up those, that tends to be some hitbox jank. Also, let's just change some color, shall we? We just, to keep it the theme kind of monochrome-esque after Squidlet, you know, Oscar does that as well, somehow. Although this doesn't actually do anything for the game. You could just pick it up, but it doesn't actually help you in any way whatsoever. It just changes the color as far as I know. Anyway, enjoy. Oh, thanks, Spider. That tends to happen. That Spider tends to jump out, head down, and then I would try and set up for this little bounce there, and just wouldn't get it. But as you may have guessed, spikes are insta-kill, so just gotta watch out for that. Although these spikes aren't, but that set of spikes just now was actually insta-kill. So it goes. This last part, we got this pit bull right here. You could just get past. The nice thing is, in the beginning, you tend to have like a little bit of an iframe window, so it allows you to get past certain enemies like that if you're, if you need to do that. And there's also these Yoku blocks that you tend to jump in certain spots, and there sometimes these blocks would just pop up out of nowhere because, of course. This part can be a bit tricky. Thankfully, there's a extra heart here, so I can just refill that. So for this part, we're not gonna go here. Although this wrecking ball is absolutely merciless. There's this bouncing mechanic which are super weird. But we're gonna do a sequence break here, so. Just gotta time it well enough, and then you can take it over there. You don't have to do all of that walking around there, or running, whatever. Okay, time for screen number 3. It's time for something a little bit lighter. Cartoon stages. I feel like this is especially where it very noticeably becomes like an Amiga-esque aesthetic with the colors and the gradients and whatnot. Although I think the rest had that too, but I feel like this really has that going for it especially. Oh yeah, also I picked up a yo-yo. I kind of want that specifically because there was this other item that I could have picked up just now, this ball and chain, which would have taken over the spot, that spot instead, and I wouldn't have the yo-yo anymore. But the ball and chain tends to slow it down, so it's not really useful. Just happy that I didn't grab that somehow. Oh yeah, snakes. See, I'm gonna go over here. And there we go. Oh yeah, every single take, by the way, is take 69. Nice. Yeah, I heard you liked some more thanks in your video games. Here's some more thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
For some reason, there's a lot of them that you can collect there. It's one of the levels that starts out in a vertical fashion, rather. Both 3-2 and 3-3 have that same thing going for it, really.
Thanks, everybody.
So for this part, we're actually gonna do like an intentional death. So I'm gonna slowly lose my health here as I'm picking up a couple of these Oscars. And then I'm gonna get myself back to the checkpoint. It's still faster than actually swimming out of the water. You're welcome, Oscar. Did you hear that, Oscar? That's right.
Thanks, everybody.
Oops. Oh yeah, also those letters that you're seeing there. If you want to go for something resembling like a 100% category, you may want to make sure to pick up all of these bonus letters, which spell the word bonus.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
And
Thanks, everybody.
yeah, if you do that, you get like an extra bonus room after each level. So it's just that doing that throughout the game is actually pretty tough. There's some that are very much missable, so I've actually tried running that out. It's actually really tough. You really want to make sure that you want to really collect everything in the game if you want to go for that.
Thanks, everybody. Everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Jumping mushrooms here.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, I can skip that one. Okay. Right in the way. I'm just gonna pick that up, I guess.
Everybody. Thanks, everybody. Everybody.
Couple more over here.
Thanks,
Nothing over
everybody.
there. Although it seems like there's a gap there, but you cannot actually fall through there.
Thanks, everybody.
But there you go. That's wrapping up level 3. This is a video game full time. Yes. You're not wrong. It's interesting to check out the other versions as well, because they have a couple of other themes like the science fiction levels and some more stuff. It's pretty interesting. But here we're wrapping up with this Western theme, so get your yeehaws and everything out, because we're gonna have a heck of a time with that one. So
Thanks, everybody.
these levels, yeah, they also have some weird random enemies like chickens and such, but no worry about that. We're just picking up the shield. This makes us invincible for a very long time. In fact, so long that I can basically finish this entire stage without taking another single hit whatsoever, which is fantastic.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
We got a
everybody.
little boost there.
Thanks, everybody.
So I can just run through everything here. So you can do that for both 4-1 and 4-2.
Thanks, everybody.
Not for the last stage, sadly, but yeah, it's more than nothing.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna go down here. One of the things that tends to happen is so occasionally we go through these levels and I would tend to miss this completely random Oscar and I would have no idea where it is. So that tends to be the thing with a game like this is you would just go around searching for it and you would just struggle to find it. Oh, you got this for the CD32, Devlin? Nice.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
So I discovered this through Kusu Grande. Surprise, surprise.
Thanks, everybody.
This was a couple of editions ago, but this was given out to me by Tristan. And
Thanks, everybody.
yeah, at the time I was just finishing this up after having gotten this in the race. But it was only years later that I
Thanks, everybody.
wanted to, that I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if this is a speedrun I want to do. And turns out that,
Thanks, everybody.
yeah, it had some something to it. Also, Oscar sure is a grateful one. Yeah, there's a little bit more of that. This is the last stage, but Oscar still has a few words for all of us.
Thanks, everybody.
All of you out there.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
So this starts off with these Yoku blocks here.
Thanks, everybody.
There's some levels where you wind up being able to collect more than the required amount of Oscars.
Everybody. Thanks, everybody.
But you would have to find them here and there in this.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, this is obviously the last stage, so there's more Oscars than ever that you have to collect. See,
Thanks, everybody.
these chickens are so annoying, by the way. They tend to be right in the way.
Thanks, everybody.
Also, this walking pose here from this guy here.
Thanks, everybody.
So good.
Thanks, everybody.
Oops. Actually, yeah. Let me go up here.
Thanks, everybody.
There's like a little safety here that I can go for. This heart's.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Thanks, everybody.
Okay, that went well. I'm saying that because sometimes I would try and pick up this Oscar and its hitbox would sometimes cease to function for some reason. So I'm just happy when that works out just fine. Yeah, with that, we're almost at the end of this game. We got one more to pick up. Or at least we got these stages. And what comes after this? There's one more door to go through. And is there more beyond this? I may hear you wonder. Well, let's find out. And the answer is no, that's time. It's a very anticlimactic ending. It's just basically a collectathon, and you do these levels, and then you go to the exit door, and that's it, really. You've done the thing. Congratulations, you have completed the game. Safety on speedrun, how dare you? Yes, it did say scene 69. Every single scene was scene 69. Can you believe Oscar was designed, developed, and produced by Flare Software Limited? This is also published by Flare Software together with Titus. So it's also a Titus title. Yeah. Okay, what else can I say about this game? There was a Genesis version, plan never happened. For some reason there were like multiple sequels of this as well, which came out on DSiWare like years later, like in the early 2010s or something like that. So there's still a lot more to be checked out, I guess, if I ever want to dig further into this Oscar universe. But yeah, there you go. Thanks everybody, and thanks for the GGs everybody. It's basically Titus this year. Oh gosh. Yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, this sure is a video game. If you like collectathons, then I can recommend giving this a try. It's one of the Super Nintendo games that somehow exists, and honestly, it has changed my life in a way. So, yeah, thanks for watching this, everybody. This is the last of. Yo, nice poll, by the way. I can't believe it's a tie. Honestly, amazing. They brought back a lot of weird stuff. This is true. There's all this random stuff that they threw out there again. Yeah, get your votes in. Yeah, I can't believe it's tie. It's a 5-way tie. Good job, everybody. Anywho, yeah, that was the last of my runs for Retrothon. I was very glad to be back, showing off all these things. I always enjoy doing these. But yeah, over on my stream, I do a variety of speedruns and sometimes silly things, I guess. So yeah, if you like what you saw and if you want to see more of that, feel free to drop a follow over on my channel, and you see what happens next when I go live. You never know. Could be this, could be Radical Rescue, or whatever I feel like doing. So, anywho, yeah, I'm gonna sign off here. I'm gonna throw it over to the next run. Enjoy the remainder of this. There's still some really good stuff coming up, so check that out. And I'll see you over there. For now, I'm signing off. Thanks, everybody. See ya.